What's up, everybody? It's Alex here with the Double A update, and I'm finally able to put one of these mock drafts out there because free agency has been crazy. Every time I make one, something changes dramatically. So, as of March 10th, this is the first edition of the Pod Squad mock draft. Let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, for the second straight year, the Jacksonville Jaguars have the number 1 overall pick, and with that pick, they select Aiden Hutchinson, defensive end from Michigan. Sky is the limit with this guy. The Jaguars pretty much need help everywhere, but they did franchise tag their left tackle, so get the best player available. Aiden Hutchinson goes to the Jag. All right, with the second pick in the draft, the Detroit Lions select Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame. That's a safety going as the second overall pick. This dude is worth every bit of that selection. They play Aaron Rodgers twice a year. That secondary needs to prove a point, and this is a make or break year for Jeff Okudah. I say take Kyle Hamilton right here. You're going to be just fine. With the third overall pick, the Houston Texans select Evan Neal, offensive tackle from Alabama, arguably the best player of the draft. I don't know who the hell is going to play quarterback for the Texans, but whoever it might be, you got a good left tackle, so appreciate that. With the fourth overall pick, the New York Jets select Ikem Ekwonu, offensive tackle from North Carolina State. I got really good with that pronunciation, but there's a lot of questions about Mekhi Becton, and Zach Wilson is the franchise quarterback. You got to keep him standing up straight. This is a great pick for the Jets. With the fifth overall pick, the New York Giants select Kayvon Thibodeau, defensive end from Oregon. That defense has no identity whatsoever. This dude is a stud. It's a perfect match. Simple as that. With the sixth overall pick, the Carolina Panthers select Malik Willis, quarterback from Liberty University. I love this pick. That team needs a quarterback because Sam Darnold, Cam Newton, Teddy Bridgewater, they just did not work at all. This is kind of a weak draft class for quarterbacks. Malik Willis is definitely the best out of the bunch. He's the sixth overall pick to the Carolina Panthers. With the seventh overall pick, the New York Giants select Charles Cross, offensive tackle from Mississippi State. This team's a mess. I really don't know where they go from here. Hopefully they hold on to Saquon Barkley, but if you want him playing 17 games, you got to get a better offensive line. Easy as that. With the eighth pick, the Atlanta Falcons select Trayvon Walker, defensive end from Georgia. I don't need to sit here and tell you that their defense is terrible. It's as simple as that. With the ninth pick, the Seattle Seahawks select Ahmad Gardner, cornerback from Cincinnati. This dude has all the makings of a future superstar for sure. And I don't really know where the Seahawks are headed right now. They just traded Russell Wilson, but this is definitely the best selection at number 9. Why not, right? With the 10th pick, the New York Jets select Jermaine Johnson, defensive end from Florida State. They had the worst defense in the NFL last year. Let's get better at that. With the 11th pick, the Washington Commanders select Chris Olave, wide receiver, Ohio State. This dude is a monster. He ran a sub 4.340 at the combine. He's a tremendous talent, and they just got Carson Wentz as quarterback, so they can probably air it out this year. So why not take Olave right here, first receiver off the board. With the 12th pick, the Minnesota Vikings select Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback from LSU. There's a few injury concerns, but yet again, they play Aaron Rodgers twice a year, and Jeff Gladney hasn't proven himself. The Patrick Peterson experiment failed. This makes sense. With the 13th pick, the Cleveland Browns select Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, Ohio State. Odell's not there. Jarvis Landry is kind of a shell of his former self. They don't have any good receivers on that team currently. There you go, Garrett Wilson. With the 14th pick, the Baltimore Ravens select Trevor Penning, offensive tackle from Northern Iowa. Villanueva just retired. This dude's crazy. Look at this play right here. For real, like, you can't miss. All right, are y'all ready to rebuild the Eagles? Because with the 15th pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jordan Davis, defensive tackle from Georgia. He is 6'6", 341 pounds, and ran a 4.7840. That's all I need to know for real. With the 16th pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select Tyler Linderbaum, interior offensive lineman out of Iowa. I've said it before, getting an offensive lineman is kind of like getting socks on Christmas, but the Eagles fans just got some of the best fucking socks they've ever owned, so not too bad. With the 17th pick, the Los Angeles Chargers select David Ojabo, defensive end from Michigan. That pick was made right before the Khalil Mack trade, so now they got Ojabo, Khalil Mack, and Joey Bosa rushing the quarterback. That's nuts. With the 18th pick, my New Orleans Saints select Jameson Williams, wide receiver out of Alabama. Marquez Callaway is the second best receiver behind Michael Thomas. we need some identity there. So Jameson Williams right here, it's an awesome pick. With the 19th pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select George Karlaftis, defensive end from Purdue. Brandon Graham isn't getting any younger. This pick makes a lot of sense. Plus, they already scored twice in this draft so far, so let's get a little bit better on defense while we're at it. With the 20th pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Kenny Pickett, quarterback out of Pittsburgh. He's literally down the street from the stadium right now. The last time they could have picked a Pittsburgh quarterback and chose not to, that was Dan Marino. So they're not going to make that mistake twice. Kenny Pickett is the new franchise quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, unless something crazy happens as soon as I post this video. With the 21st pick, the New England Patriots select Treylon Burks, wide receiver out of Arkansas. I'm not going to lie to you, his combine was not great, but the Patriots need some help on the receiving end for sure, so this pick makes a lot of sense. With the 22nd pick, the Las Vegas Raiders select Trent McDuffie, cornerback from Washington. It's pretty obvious that they always screw up their number one picks, so stay out of trouble, kid. With the 23rd pick, the Arizona Cardinals select Andrew Booth Jr., cornerback from Clemson. It's definitely a position of need for that team. I don't really know what to make of the Arizona Cardinals right now. Either they keep Kyler Murray and they're great, or they somehow lose him and they're in a rebuild stage, so stay tuned to that. With the 24th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Nakobe Dean, linebacker out of Georgia. You might be sitting there thinking they just drafted Micah Parsons last year and he was Defensive Rookie of the Year. Yes, but now they have to replace Leighton Vander Esch. Here you go. That Dallas Cowboys team is going to be loaded at linebacker. With the 25th pick, the Buffalo Bills select Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle from Georgia. The weakest part of this team is definitely their running backs, but it's way too early to pick one of them right now. Just get better on the defensive line. This team is stacked either way. With the 26th pick, the Tennessee Titans select Devin Lloyd, linebacker out of Utah. They did just sign Harold Landry to a pretty nice extension, but this team needs a linebacker terrible right now, so Devin Lloyd fell right in their lap. With the 27th pick, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Kenyon Green, interior offensive lineman out of Texas A&M. It's socks for Christmas again. I don't know who's going to play quarterback, but there's definitely nobody worth picking right here. Just get better on the offensive line, so whoever does play quarterback might have some good success. With the 28th pick, the Green Bay Packers select Daxton Hill, safety out of Michigan. What do you know? They didn't draft a receiver in the first round again, but safety is a position of need. That team does have Devontae Adams back. The Packers will be good, get a little bit better on defense so Rodgers can, I don't know, win a playoff game. With the 29th pick, the Miami Dolphins select Zion Johnson, interior offensive lineman out of Boston College. It's socks for Christmas again. They've had plenty of tries here trying to build that lineup, so let's do it all over again and keep Tua healthy. The Dolphins have a good chance. With the 30th pick, the Kansas City Chiefs select Boye Mafe, defensive end from Minnesota. They definitely do need to get some more receivers on that team, but the defense, we all know it's not up to par with the offense. Try to get better, and Mahomes can definitely take you there, but you got to make sure the other team doesn't get you back. With the 31st pick, the Cincinnati Bengals select Kaiir Elam, cornerback out of Florida. Yeah, he's a great corner, but what are you doing? Draft Joe Burrow some linemen, for the love of God. And with the 32nd and final pick of the first round of this year's draft, the Detroit Lions select Desmond Ridder, quarterback out of Cincinnati. Let's be real, Jared Goff costs way too much damn money. And this guy, if he gets a little bit of time on the bench to learn a few things, he can be really good. But I appreciate it, everybody. This is my first mock draft of the year. There's going to be a few more to come, so stay tuned. Everybody stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.